Hey, what's going on? It's Ari here on the roof of BuzzFeed. I was here for the ARF conference on native advertising and measurement. It's exciting to be at BuzzFeed. I have a lot of former colleagues from Tumblr who work here and a lot of friends. It's also really a publisher that, at least in our modern era, has elevated the art and the science of branded content. And whether you call it branded content, custom content, native content, premium, social, brand storytelling, whatever it is, it's a pioneer in the space. So the first thing that I'm thinking about is what I just ran through, all the different terminology and all the different language that we use to describe content, and content when it turns into advertising. And I think that while to consumers it's all just content, all just stories, I think within our industry we need to continue to work to come to an agreement on what we call these things, because it's very confusing, and it's very confusing to buyers, and it's very confusing to people who do measurement. And I think it'll be an important stage in the maturity of the media content as media business. Second thing thinking about is that content as media, content as advertising simply requires a higher standard of measurement. I saw a lot of great research today that shows that content is an important aspect of the media mix, showing heat maps that consumers don't look at sidebars, statistics about ad blocking, really preaching to the converted in many ways that this is an important format and this is where people should be looking to increase their investment. But I think there's also a certain rigor that we expect from all other forms of advertising, and certainly in the digital ecosystem where everything can and should be measurable from the basics, right? Not just from the brand lift and the brand sentiment, but from the audience, from the demographics, from the conversions, from the traffic drivers. Like, these are basic aspects that we've come to expect from all other forms of digital media, and I think brands and agencies should demand it, and publishers should be offering it, because it's important and it'll make the difference and help grow this part of the business. Third thing I'm thinking about today, this was something that was said by Edwin Wong, the head of research here at BuzzFeed, and then it was also repeated by Jonathan Stauer, who's the chief research officer over at Omnicom. And it's simply that native is not a format, it's a philosophy. And I couldn't agree more. It's not about the unit size, it's not necessarily about the post type, it's really about a belief that if you want to engage with consumers in a meaningful way, you have to be telling them meaningful stories in the meaningful places where they choose to focus their attention. That's it for me. Have a great night. We'll see you tomorrow.